Whatever happened to gangster rap? And I don't mean Ice-T or NWA, I'm referring to as recent as the early 2000s. I'm aware that trap music is probably the main representation of gangster rap in the modern era, but trap music is basically predicated on the production and not necessarily the lyrical content. If you Wikipedia gangster rap, it says, gangster rap is a subgenre of hip-hop music with a lyrical focus on the activities of illegal street gangs and the thug or gangster lifestyle. Have you recently had a conversation with a casual rap fan and they said something like, rap music is all about violence, bitches, and people getting shot? Then maybe they reference a well-known artist like Rick Ross to support their theory, and Rick Ross is somebody who most people would consider a top-tier gangster rapper. He doesn't have Ice Cube's curls or 50's pecs, but he'll certainly do. But you'd be very surprised to know that Ross's 2014 drop, Hood Billionaire, was his least successful album. His previous record, Mastermind, sold a solid 179,000 in its opening week. Hood Billionaire opened up at a mere 74,000. And he's the marquee artist of MMG. You don't want to know what Meek and French Montana's numbers are. Of course, you have other known artists who fall under Ross's bracket, like Pusha T, Schoolboy Q, maybe even Freddie Gibbs, Jeezy, The Game, but Schoolboy Q and King Push are second and third fiddles on the respective labels, and The Game and Jeezy's best days are behind them. But Freddie Gibbs is the wild card here. Though he shares their same street style, his 2014 drop Pinatas along with Madlib changed his brand. All of a sudden, the man who collaborated with the likes of Juicy J, Jeezy, and that dreaded Kurt Go Bangs was now beloved by the underground heads. Kanye also has to be one of the main reasons why gangster rap faded. If you think about the effort of marketing urban violence to mainstream America like 50 did so successfully with Get Rich or Die Trying, introducing that outsider into the world of petty thievery, death, and drugs, there then became a mold of what a rapper was supposed to look like and what he was supposed to talk about. Until Kanye came along and showed you that there wasn't a mold. Every rapper determines his own. There was nothing threatening about him. He made songs about materialism and Jesus. He loved teddy bears, and he was co-signed by Jay-Z. Ye proved that being a great artist was a self-defining concept. If you weren't a thug, don't pretend to be one. That's given so much permission to people in the game today to just be who they are. Now, he wasn't the first to do this, he was simply the most impactful to do it. But in today's age, especially over the last 3 years, police relations are getting out of hand, and selling that street lifestyle is becoming much more damning today than it was in the early 90s. Is gangster rap also dead because hip-hop is becoming more serious, taking a bigger responsibility in what it has to say? Now, if that's the case, I say I don't want my favorite artist to try and save the world with every record. I can appreciate a positive message, but once you've made it your goal to preach positivity into the world, it simply becomes another dragon that you have to slay. It becomes as inauthentic as a studio gangster who claims he's got the feds watching him. And somewhere along both those lines, shitty and forced music is then created. I'll pass. The fact that most rappers today are quite pleasant and more artistic than ever is refreshing, but there is something great about a well-written gangster line. A line that excites you enough to keep listening to it, and yet it's so comical you'll never be stupid enough to actually be influenced by it. Gangster rap isn't what it was, and perhaps it never will be. It's not something I'm upset about or relieved by. I'd say I'm indifferent to it.